Hello, good morning from Mukono, the beautiful Uganda Christian University campus. Today, I am coming as your coolest DOSA, of course, as usual. I'm coming with the Empowered, and this segment of the Empowered will bring to you a lot about security. How can you, as a student of Uganda Christian University, stay safe, whether you're residing within the university or residing outside the university? Whether you're out having a weekend or whether you are actually in the lecture room taking a walk or you're walking to the supermarket, whichever the case, how can you stay safe? So today we're going to have conversations with the OC, the UCU Police Station OC, Madam Eseri Kusiima. She's actually Assistant Superintendent of Police. I love titles. And she has 3 stars right here. She actually is a role model to the ladies. So how can you keep safe? What structures are there in the university that are supposed to ensure that you are safe? How about you as an individual? What do you do to make sure that your security is not compromised? I pray that you enjoy this recording, and we shall be bringing you even more juicy topics that we'll be discussing. Thank you so much, and I look forward to continuing to seeing you, and I want to see your comments. Please like and follow. Thank you very much, and may the Lord bless you. Good morning and good afternoon, wherever you are. This is the Center of Excellence. We are in the coolest campus, as you can see, with the coolest team right here. And welcome to just another experience with the Empowered. And I think you can see that we are in good company. Some of us are uniformed, so we are not under any threat, but we are feeling extremely secure. And my name is Pamela Tumwebaze. I'm definitely the coolest DOSA. And I'm seated with the class representatives. I'm comforted that the girl child is represented in the higher places, the uniformed ones. The other ones are not yet here, but we are still okay. And I will request my team, the class representatives, to introduce themselves right from my immediate neighbor.
Good morning and good evening from wherever you're watching us from. My name is Kamia Wilson, the class representative of Yafiris nursing class.
Greetings to all our viewers and greetings to our guests. I am Elomabon Abraham. I'm a class representative from the School of Law, and I'm an active student, an active citizen. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Brian Okware, aka Brian Fisher, and I'm a class representative of BSIT. Amen.
Yes, greetings to all of your viewers. My name is Toma Kankwasa, aka Atomics. I'm a class representative of BSIT 3, and I'm also an MP Faculty of Engineering Design and Technology. Nice to have you.
Yes, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to our viewers from wherever you are. I'm Daniel Wasike, class representative for Diploma in Information Technology, Year 2-1. And I'm privileged to be here with the team to discuss matters of security within the university. Thank you.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm Assistant Superintendent of Police, Nsimenta, Flavia. Joined this coolest campus here to support the OC of the area in the matters that will be raised. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are watching us from. My name is Assistant Superintendent of Police, Kusiima Eseri, the officer in charge, UCU Police Station, the coolest campus all over the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Never wrong. We are never wrong when we say the coolest or the Center of Excellence. It's all correct. Tick. Correct, isn't it? Yes. So we are here to discuss matters of security. This concerns all of us. And as you can see, the titles are big, the stars right on the shoulders, to the point. And so they are going to tell us what, in their opinion, security is. Because I think our understanding might be limited. So they'll tell us what it is and how we should look at it as. Okay? Over to you, Madam Eseri and Afande Eseri and Afande Flavia.
Thank you so much, Madam DOSA, the team of class representatives for the Advent semester. Yeah, so much welcome, and the start so far so good. we've not had all that enough, very many security issues so far for the time the semester started. But however, the earlier the better to ensure that we use the preventive measures instead of reacting to already incidents which have already occurred. Yeah. Here I come. I'm so blessed to share some of these security tips, as my cardinal role, which I have, is to ensure that I secure people's lives and properties. Specifically this time, I will concentrate on whoever resides in UCU and outside UCU, specifically the students, the staff, the non-teaching staff, everyone around here, the visitors who come, they must all interact in a secure environment. Some of these tips, we have shared them very many times, but still we cannot get tired. When it comes to security, it brings in different responsibilities according to different stakeholders. Yes, police takes lead. It takes lead in ensuring that security is paramount. However, there is that part which brings in the individuals and the community members to ensure that their personal security, the security in the community is guaranteed. So here specifically, I'm going to concentrate on the part of the community members, all individuals which they are supposed to play to ensure that security is guaranteed to them and those ones surrounding them. The first thing is security consciousness. Personal security consciousness is very paramount. Yes, as you look at police to provide the security, you all have also to look around. Whether at night, at night when you're in your house, at least you have to keep your ears outside. When you hear anything, at least the role which you'll have there to play is at least to make a communication to the neighbors or to communicate to the police. Because at least several times I have shared my contacts and the other police emergency contacts in case someone has a problem. Then we always have what we call target hardening. Target hardening, it helps us a lot in ensuring that, because sometimes these criminals, they are too wise. Sometimes when in circumstances where we have not encountered them before they reach there, but at least we always say, we can put what they call target hardening. How do we do it? We practice it by ensuring that at least our doors are well locked, our windows, especially at night. Then also in your absence, when you're leaving your home, when you're leaving your room, you ensure that it is properly locked. Then also after locking, you don't also leave your keys because we've had the tendencies of some our dear students who like sharing their keys. Maybe is expecting a colleague to come and pick a laptop, to come and pick maybe a book for reading. Then that student, the owner of the room, opts to place a key of his or her room somewhere, then calls and communicates to the other one where he or she has placed the key. But it is a danger because as you're placing there, you don't know that the enemy or the devil is watching. Somewhere as you leave, someone comes, opens, smartly picks whatever he wants, then that person goes away. By the time the person whom you directed comes, whatever he or she was meant to pick is already taken. Then we also have, I always ensure that I always talk about that it is not good to have isolated movements. Those lonely movements, especially late in the night, and you are moving, you don't have anybody who can at least try to defend you in case of anything. I always encourage us to move at least in groups where at least one can testify against the other or even defend ourselves. Then we've also noted that we have conmen around. Conmen, take note, we have conmen around within campus and in the surrounding areas outside campus. And they are there vigilant, and they are targeting the first targeting group. They are the students of UCU. They are targeting us. They know very well. Students of UCU have just reported they still have money. They have expensive valuables like phones, like laptops, to mention but a few. And they are there targeting from all corners. So on this note, I request that please kindly be careful with whoever you interact with within campus and outside campus. We've received the victims of circumstances, even among the fellows. Some of them, they come and disguise as students. And at the end of the day, some of them have even, I think they have even studied from here. They all know the environment of UCU. So when you hear when that person is talking, you'll be convinced that he's a fellow student. But practically, that person has different missions. They have taken people's laptops. They have carried them in form of helping each other. But at the end of the day, within 10 minutes, someone have already disappeared, and tracing for that person, it becomes a problem. We've also had the instances of thefts within the halls of residences or within hostels, even private hostels, because when I'm talking about these security tips, they cut over those ones who reside within the university halls of residences and the private owned hostels. So we've had instances of thefts within hostels and halls of residences, but sometimes when you look at it, there is a problem or there is laxity of students in ensuring that there is protection of their properties. For example, we've had students who come to report, and someone tells you that when I was going to rest, I left my window when it was open so that I needed fresh air. But when sleep takes you off and a thieves stealthily enters, and they have a method which they use, and they hook out those properties. I don't know whether they use magnets or what, but you just wake up when your phone is not where you placed it. So you have to be security conscious on that. At least you rather have that endure with the sweating, but you remain with your property. I've had some incidents of students who have been victims, especially those ones who utilize the sports grounds. Most cases, sometimes you find someone comes with a phone or with a laptop, places a bag somewhere and goes into the pitch. That time you take when you are occupied in the pitch, you don't know what is happening and nobody is monitoring where you placed your property. By the time you come back, it is already taken. And for you think that, all these ones who are here, they are my fellow students. Please, like I've told you, these criminals, they have infiltrated and they disguise to be our fellow students. So whoever you are looking at, just look at every person as a potential criminal around you. Then also we've had the incidents, on the same note, maybe I'll go back on the point of hostels. I will advise that we should not overtrust ourselves. Because even someone whom you think is a closest friend or someone whom you think cannot do that, again, we've realized sometimes in our investigations, we find when our own, they are the ones who are terrorizing the fellow students. And we've luckily enough, Madam DOSA is aware, we've handled such kind of scenarios as a team of the university and police, and such kind of circumstances, they are there. Don't overtrust, even if you know that that person is your fellow student. You don't know what that person is capable of doing.
Can we come in and ask some questions?
You can come in.
Do you guys have any questions? Yes. Okay.
Once again, I'm Elomabon Abraham. And my question, Madam OC, you talked about the isolated movements. And most of the university students are fond of taking random borders. And actually, the scenario that happened at Premium Hostel last semester was from a random border. So my question is there any structure or any way of talking to these border stages that are around to register all their border guys and at least to inform you who rides at night and who doesn't, so that at least they are also aware that there are some people that come within their vicinity and pretend to be from the area? That is my first question. The second one is that still on that point of isolated movements, is there any way you could give an allowance that if any student is caught up outside there beyond midnight, the university gates are closed at midnight, they can come back and sleep at the police station. They can allow them at the main gate and sleep at the police station, then follow up the following day. Because most of them, and the scenario DOSA told us yesterday, it really triggered my mind, and I thought, like, if this student had an option of running back to campus and sleep at the police station, it would be better than. Then lastly but not least, the other question is we have many hostels around, all those that happen to be hostels, but some of them are not authentic. Is there any structure you may follow? Because some of them are rentals, but occupied by students. And that is where most of thefty scenarios happen. I don't know if that is worked on. I'm bringing out some questions that I have from my class and some friends around campus. Then the issue of identification. If it is possible, not only students having identifications, but is it possible for the people that are the security personnel to also have identifications? Yeah, around, and they can easily be identified. Because most of the scenarios that happen, if I can't trust my friend, then I can't trust any other person that tells me there is security personnel. Then the issue of security between university and the hostel, between there. What is the solution? Because literally they snatch phones, mostly at the beginning of the semester, coursework period and exam period. What is the encouragement or the solution you could give the students on that? Yeah, that's all I had.
Thank you very much, ASP, Kusiima, Eseri, on your points about campus safety. Mine is to point out about the preventive instead of the reactive. What specific security procedures or protocols would be put in place for those residents of campus? Since you mentioned that they rely solely on the security guards who may not be available at the time of maybe an incident, what other measures could be put in place to ensure their safety? Can there be random spot checks to ensure the students who reside off campus are being treated in accordance to what the university expects or the police? My second one is on the official reporting procedure for theft. There have been several cases that have risen in the recent past, whereby suspects have been presented, and my inquiry is what more could be done to ensure that despite the suspects being apprehended, how do these students who have fallen victim of lost property, how do they get compensated? And then lastly, it's about the security awareness sessions. Previously in the former schools or places I've been to, there have been training programs to help students ensure these safety measures, purposely in terms of dormitories where there were suspected fire outbreaks. Would there be a program designed by the police post to perhaps enhance awareness within halls of residence and as well as those other students?
Fire outbreak.
Yes, like a fire drill, and then you get to see how they would respond. Thank you.
I think I'm also asking, I was very impressed when she mentioned that we need to understand that you are your first security guard. So you are the first contact your own security. You need to ensure your own safety before you even think about who will keep you safe. I think that was really neat. And it's something that I wished I could really emphasize more and more. Knowing what are the triggers around you that will attract the wrong people to come and take what you have. And still, I have a question, especially to do with when we see people around our premises that we may be concerned about. just out of suspicion, is it prudent for us to actually call you, supposing a student lives in some hostel and he's not comfortable with something there or someone there? Would it be ideal for them to call the police, for example, to come and see what they can do about it? Thank you very much.
Thank you, DOSA. In security specifically starts with you. You're the first security of yourself. You have to first look upon yourself on how to secure yourself. Even though it's me, I first secure myself before I secure you, because I will secure you when I have life. You get me? So one, when you're around the hostel, make sure at least the hostel is not always too big. Try to identify some faces. Know some faces. I can't stay somewhere for a year or a month and I fail to identify faces that stay within the same premises. Who are your neighbors? That is neighborhood watch. You understand me? That is neighborhood watch. Consider so much neighborhood watch. When something happens, Mayumba Kumi, how do you people help yourselves before police reaches? Do you make an alarm? Do you have whistles? What do you do? Another thing, then the landlords, let them introduce some cameras such that we can easily identify people who are wrong and with wrong intentions around the community that we are staying in. Madam Eseri has not talked about the gas. I want to talk about the gas cookers. Let people always purchase the gas cookers from the suitable stations, not buying in these people who are retailing them, because for them sometimes they bring more older cylinders. But when you got Total, when you got Sotabex, when you go somewhere, you can get new cylinders. And let us always make sure we tighten the gases, the cylinders that we use, so that we can avoid death and everything. And Abraham, looking at if someone can sleep at police, yes, you can, but with identification, with enough identification. Because when you can't identify yourself, we can't help you. Because security starts with us. Security starts with me. Thank you. Madam Eseri, you can add.
Okay. Thank you so much once again. I'm so happy for these important questions. I know this is a few team which is representing the bigger team of the Center of Excellency. And I know everyone is eager. They were sent as the representatives of the big numbers to come and they table these questions before me. I'm going to start with the issue of border borders, picking border borders at random. That is what we talked about, security consciousness. Really, someone who is security conscious, it wouldn't be something which is wise to just stop any border which is moving, yet there is a gazetted stage. At least where you can pick a border, and at the end of the day, in case of anything, we have where you can refer to. Pointing most of the stages which we have around the UCU campus specifically, most of them, they are placed where we have police cameras. If you have observed it very well, border stages. So it is an advantage to us that any border which you have picked, trust me by all means, in case of any incident, we are able to get a startup point because it is already in our system of the police cameras. We shall be assisted to have where we can start from. So I will encourage much of our students, I will call upon them always to use gazetted stage, border stages, whether around the UCU, even whether you are in a town in Kampala, use always gazetted border stages. Mr. Abraham asked if how we can engage the border community outside there. Thank you so much. I thought about that even before you thought about it. And Madam DOSA is my witness. I think I've shared some of those engagements. My security engagements do not only stop inside UCU. In order for me to ensure that the community of UCU is safe, by all means, I have to go to the outside community. And I also engage them. Yes. They have assisted us a lot. They have found the students of UCU who are in issues, who have problems, and they have, some of them, they have rescued them, they have made phone calls using their airtime. So by all means, there is no way I can leave that important part of the community which surrounds the University of UCU. It is one of the things which I talked about, and I have already engaged them. I have encouraged them never to allow someone who is not a registered member of those stages to come and stage there. And much of my concentration is at night. Those border stages, the ones who are registered, they tend to go away, especially the ones who work during daytime. Then the challenge always is those ones who come at night. Yes. But I've also opened up a battle on them to ensure that they get the stage leaders, they get the members who are registered and the night leaders, so that we can fight such kind of criminality of those ones who come and disguise on their stages. He also asked if police can secure the students who are stranded, especially late in the night. To be sincere, we have done that, and I always encourage those ones, especially who are within, especially at the time of, there is that time when there are too much tests and someone feels, I want to read, someone even forgets the time, you find at 2, someone is realizing, and that person is supposed to slope as far as Highfield Hostel. I have always encouraged those private security guards at the main gate that instead of leaving that student to go and land into a problem, you advise that person to come at police. At the end of the day, I will take a decision whether either to give a police officers to escort that student, or we look for all possible means to ensure that really that person's life is secure enough. Some hostels are not registered. It is very true. That is a very good observation. Some of them, I don't know what they are trying to dodge. They pretend as if they don't have students in their premises. But at the end of the day, we also get to know when there is an incident which have happened there, and a student comes and tells us, I got a problem at the hostel. You ask the name of the hostel, it has no name. It is not even known. Even chairman LOC one who doesn't know that in that someone is accommodating students of UCU. So by all means, on that point, I'm doing my best with the office of Madam DOSA and the private hostel owners. We also coordinate with the local leaders to identify all those places which are accommodating the students of UCU illegally, and they don't want us to know that they have them in case of anything. They account for our dear students.
Yeah, just to cut you short, we actually have, we need to, like you said, you're your first security guard. You know, for a student, when you're choosing a hostel, why do you find a house that has no gate? There's no fence, you understand? There's not even a signpost that can guide anybody. They can tell him that there's a name that is attached to here. There's no guard, there's not even a custodian. And some of them just go and hand cash over to somebody who says, this is the hostel. There's no receipt that you're receiving in return. And you just get that, and that's all. Some of these places, I've gone to places where electricity got finished and the landlord didn't even pay for power, and they still stayed there because they gave him cash. And sometimes they're trying to be in a place that is probably cheaper, or, you know, whatever it is. And yet they can always come to us and ask for advice on the best places they can use. We have a hostel owners association that we work with. There's so many good places that you can stay. I think, you know, our students, you need to work with wisdom. We need to encourage you to work with wisdom, live with wisdom, and that will help you. Or if you find yourself in such a place, at least come and tell us, I'm in a place and I don't even know what it is called. And then we can also start from there. At least Like the cry should not come on the 11th hour. Every other time it comes because there's a problem. There's a problem. They're holding you at ransom to pay money again, and yet you paid before. But you never got a receipt. Where were you the whole time? You understand? So let's try and work with wisdom. Thank you, Afande.
And thank you so much, Madam DOSA, for elaborating on the issue of those hostels which don't issue proof of payment to the students. Those are the hostels which we are talking about, that there is something which they are concealing. Because at the end of the day, if you have no name, you have no what, you feel there is nothing even which you are going to write on the what? On the receipt. But I call upon all our dear residents, if you go in a place and someone cannot issue you a receipt as a proof of payment for the accommodation fee, please kindly don't wait for the semester to end, then you come running. Come as early as possible, you tell us, so that we intervene. We can manage them, those private hostel owners. They can't manage us, because at the end of the day, they must also account to the government. Some of them, they are trying to dodge the license, the taxes, which they are supposed to pay for the government for operating hostels. So at the end of the day, we shall have to intervene, and we ensure that it is worked on. Identification of security personnel. Thank you so much. To me, mostly when there are issues, for police it is always identical, apart from some of the police officers who, those ones, it is it is formalized that for them they don't put on uniforms, but I always encourage them to use with the warrant cards. Yes, whenever someone comes and tells you that is a police officer, the only identification is a warrant card. That is the police identification. So the moment someone presents you that warrant card, at least you are sure that you are dealing with the right person, in case that person is not on uniform. Okay, in circumstances where you feel even someone is on uniform, and maybe the face is not familiar to you within campus, and you want to be sure, you can give me a call, and I have some few questions. I will get to know whether he's a genuine police officer or is just disguising on police uniform. Snatching phones while students are going back to the outside hostels. Yes, we've received those incidents, and it goes back also to security consciousness and personal security. Because most cases, someone comes and tells you, I was moving, I was talking on phone, and a motorcycle came and they grabbed my phone. Since we know that some of these incidents are happening, somewhere, somehow, unless if it is an emergency call, you can first reach somewhere where you feel yourself, then you pick up your call, or you can just pick a call and you say, let me reach somewhere, then I give you what? It is just for personal security, to secure our phones from those phone snatchers. But however, you asked what we are doing to improve on that. What we are doing is to ensure that at least we have some patrols, foot patrols around, or sometimes motorized patrols. I get a police motorcycle, I put some policemen to patrol around. Or at night, we use the motorized patrol of the vehicle, only that sometimes for that one, it goes in faraway distances, which are far away from UCU. But however, patrols, they help a lot in that. Then Mr. Daniel, he asked how to secure students like those going in hostels. I've answered that. Compensation of victims of thefts. I like this question. Why I like it, it has disturbed very many students a lot. After these incidents happening, we have worked on the case file. It is forwarded to court. And at the end of the day, you find that a student is telling you that he wants either the hostel owners or the university, if it is a university hall of residence, that person wants, the student wants a what? A compensation. Yes, compensation is there, but it is not at the level of police. I want you to take note of this. The compensation can be there, but it is not at the level of police, or it is not police to decide. The work of police is to investigate. After investigating, we forward the file to DPP's office for legal advice. So it is upon the legal advice which is got from the Director of Public Prosecution, what advises, which gives us what to do. If that office have advised the police to produce the suspect or to have whatever, according to whatever the file which we are investigating, that is what we do. So at the end of the day, all that decision of compensation, it must be a decision which is taken by the courts of law. It is not the work of police to decide that. However, sometimes there are people who sit down who feel like, even if, yes, I'm a private hostel owner, but at the end of the day, since a student is my customer, I feel I can do something. If it is a laptop which got lost, some of them, they are like, no, can you get half of the money and I also top up for you some money and you replace your property which was stolen? It is on humanitarian grounds. Maybe that is the term which I can use. On humanitarian grounds, some people do it, some hostel owners, but it is not a guarantee that the police will ensure that the victim is compensated. Security training on fire drills and some basic trainings. Yes, this is very important, especially when it comes to the fire training drill. And thank you so much for reminding me about this. Together with the support of Madam DOSA, I'm going to reach this important information to the Department of Fire and Rescue Emergencies of Uganda Police Force, so that they can come and they really carry out that training. So, Madam DOSA, at least you remind me before this semester ends, we can have a session. Yeah, yes. So that one, be rest assured that before it ends, our Advent semester, we shall have at least a session for that. Madam DOSA asked about if they can call in case of seeing any suspicion in the hostels or in the rooms. Yes, it is a very big yes. Because by the time someone calls, has seen something which is not normal. Yes, I will not take it for granted. I will run. I come, and at least if it needs interrogating that person and the other things, it is very important. I remember Madam DOSA, the last person whom we took to court, that is how he was got. He was got from the Tech Park gate and was carrying a bag. On that bag had the 2 laptops and the 2 phones, plus and 3 phones, but the 2 phones, he could not account for them. So when the private security guards at the gate told him to open the phones, he didn't know the passwords of opening those phones. The same applies to the laptops. So that vigilance, that suspicion, it is always very important. And just a call, I will make sure that a police is there to intervene on that note. There is something important which I had forgotten. Only this, I think 2 weeks ago, we had 2 incidents. I don't know whether you always follow what happens in the country. We had 2 incidents at Chambogo of gas cylinder blasts.
True.
And those incidents, for me, before such incidents happen at UCU, I always come in and I send something to her so that she can also send to the different students groups platforms of UCU so that we learn something out of it, especially those ones who are in the private hostels. Some of them, I'm very sure some of them, they are using gases for preparing their meals. But please kindly, I'm going to add on the voice of my colleague. Ensure that those gases, you get the gas cylinders, secure them from gazetted areas. Secure them from gazetted areas, even when it comes to refilling. Refill from gazetted areas, like those fuel stations, so that for them they can observe very fast there is need of replacement of the gas and whatever it requires. They give you a gas cylinder which is up to the standards of human use. I don't know if I've left something and if you feel it is...
Yeah. You've done everything, Madam OC. Kusiima, thank you very much for that information. I just have a precaution to my fellow colleagues, and then I'll maybe put up a question. When it comes to UCU, if you get realized the University ICT Service, they have done a lot to install cameras, most of the places. And you get to see in the labs, in the most lecture rooms, where there's any device and where students usually collect, there will be cameras. So for any precaution to you students, if at all you happen to be in a place where you feel you're not comfortable and you might have left something, there's always a camera for the footage. But there are procedures which you must follow for you to get to understand like how something was stolen, and it depends on where you left it. Now, I'll maybe give the question to you, like what procedures can someone get to see the footage of either their phone or laptop or bag which they left in a place where there's a camera, how they can get it, and when they reach up to you to come to the University ICT Service. And then another question is to the issues whereby we understand, students, that security starts with us. But now an issue has happened. My phone has been stolen. And the phone mostly, because the laptop to track is something very hard, but the phone. If we've got the footage or we've seen someone who has stolen it, is there a possible solution under the police for the investigation, like the tracking system? Like, is it there that it is valid, that students get to come and report a case and they be like they can be helped? And if it's to pay money, what amount of money are they supposed to put up? Because some colleagues will come crying, they'll be like they won't afford the phone to buy a new phone, but at least they will spend money to track on the phone. But then in the later on run, you realize like it might either take a lot of money or just chill it, let it go and buy another phone. Yes. That's the question I had.
Okay.
Then lastly, once again, Daniel, mine is about the target hardening measures. As ASP. Beyond keeping windows and doors locked, are there any security equipment or devices that you would endorse for the students residing in those hostels outside?
As person.
No. Going to use pepper spray?
Pangas.
And pangas. I think the offenders will.
Thank you, OC and colleagues, for the security tips and precautions. My question is, I've had experience with some colleagues who experience security concerns and they have done things in their right order. They have gone to police, made statements, and to them, they feel after making the statements, they are ignored. Nothing is done. So my question is, what steps is the OC taking to reinstill trust and ensure that students who experienced unresolved issues receive support? And also, how can the OC improve on the communication with the students regarding the pending security concerns? Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Just to add on his point, also talk about the issue of are they protected whistleblowers? Those that alert police and they want to stay anonymous. Yeah, we have had some scenarios where they alert police and they also end up in trouble.
Let me start direct with your question. Whether the whistleblowers of police are protected. Any officer who is professional and trained knows what the importance of this because there are some information where the whistleblowers, they don't want to come on the screen and to be known that they are the ones who brought especially when it comes to the students' community, you'll find that you have observed maybe there is a fellow student whom you are suspecting to be the one who is terrorizing. I think we have ever arrested someone using the same method. And up to now, no one knows how we got the information, but it was from a whistleblower. Yeah, that hostel was terrorized several times, but they kept on, someone was being suspected to be part of that. So until someone who was strong enough came to DOSA and shared the information, and the DOSA reached that information to me, and we did the needful, and we recovered some good items, you remember very well. So we always do that. We always protect the whistleblowers so that we don't leave more damage behind. Yes.
I think I need to also add that the university has a whistleblowers policy, which protects the whistleblower. You have no idea how many whistleblowers come to our office the other side and tell us things. And then you find that on following up, actually, they are really happening. But the whistleblower is protected. So anything, when you feel any bit of suspicion, you should never feel, held back. Come report to us. You can come to my office and to Afande's office. We shall handle. They are very tactical in the things that they do. They know how to do the thing so seamlessly, and nobody will know. But they will have done their work very well and completed it. So that's okay.
Okay, thank you so much. Then there is the CCTV camera procedures. Now, once an incident happens and you are sure that where it has happened, there is a CCTV camera. If it is within campus here, we always work hand in hand with the university security office. Yeah. Apart from police, we have other security organs within UCU. I believe you are aware. We have an office of the university chief security officer. We also have another very good team. In fact, I didn't talk about them. My team supporters, the Magnum. In fact, this should reach to them. I have a very big appreciation to that team. They have done us a lot. So what we always do when the incident happens and there is a CCTV camera in that position within UCU, we coordinate directly with the office of the chief security officer, because that is where the main the university monitoring center of CCTV is. So we work hand in hand. At the end of the day, what I always do, I get the technical person, the police technical person, to also come and work hand in hand with the university technical person when it comes to that department of ICT, so that we get good results from there. So it is a combination. Then when it comes to incidents where we expect the services from the police cameras, that one, of course, so long as the description of the scene is around a police camera, it will be a direct role to me as the OC to work hand in hand with all the stakeholders who are supposed to come in and they assist.
Yeah, I think we secured some properties. Was it last semester?
Yes.
From one of the footages here.
Yes.
Computers had been stolen from, I think, this computer lab here on N Block. And like all the proof was there. And the student was seated there who had stolen the things, and he was denying. He said, I am so innocent, looking really innocent and nice, until he was displayed on the screen, literally lifting things up, and everything was returned. But you see, the point here is that, understand, just know there's a camera here. This is where I will put my bag. Yeah. You understand that? And usually where the camera is, there is even a security guard seated right there. But you see, students will decide to put things where they shouldn't be. And that's where the problem goes. You will leave your room open and sleep. There are people who have left their rooms open and they have gone. And then you find the room open, the gadgets are all there, and someone comes and looks for them, that is very careless. If the wrong person comes in, then it is stolen. And then when all this has happened, you want compensation. Do you think it should work that way? Do you understand what I'm saying? You are your first security guard. That is where it should be. Sorry for interrupting.
Thank you. It was necessary. It was very necessary. Phone tracking, how much is it, and other things. Now, when it comes to such kind of incidents where it needs the tracking, yes, very many people have asked why, if I reported my case at police, I believe police could take over, own everything, even when it comes to tracking. To be sincere, somewhere, somehow, we run short of some of those facilitation and what. If you have someone who is a phone tracker, can tell you what it requires. One, there is some money which is paid to the service center to get some information from there. If you have someone who can give you, elaborate to you. So it may become so expensive on the side of the OC UCU. If I say that any victim of a phone, I'm going to use the what? But sometimes, however, we involve the Department of Crime Intelligence. Only that they have a huge
protocol.
No.
We have enough
backlog of cases to be investigated. But most cases, they always do the concentration on what we call the high profile murders, those big murders, aggravated robberies, those rapes, and much of their concentration is on those big offenses. Because the more you delay on when it comes to those incidences, really, it may have an effect on such kind of case files. So that is why sometimes we come in and we're like, can you assist? And you get a private tracker. At least you yourselves, you have an interaction with that person and you come to a mutual understanding and how much that person can track for you. Because these people, tracking is not gazetted for only police. We have licensed private phone trackers. That one, I think the security was wise. It left it open. But so long as that person is a licensed phone tracker, because some of them, they are not licensed. If you use him, and at the end of the day, that case file is to go to court, some of them, they even fear to go to court. The only thing they want, it's business. They have gotten the money. And at the end of the day, when it comes, they are calling for, because he's a witness. A phone tracker is a witness in a case file. And he's supposed to go before court and he testifies how he tracked the phone, how he got the complaint and he tracked the phone, and who was got with the phone. So sometimes some of them, they try to dodge around. So when you get a phone tracker, you ensure that you ask that person, in case my file is to go to court, you have to go and testify. Because I have paid you my money. It is not going to stop on arresting suspect and you hand over to police. It must be up to the conclusion.
Mr. Osi, Madam Osi, if I may interject, you said about licensed trackers, right? Is it possible to really get them, like not to be under the police, but to mention them and have them, like if someone comes, you'll be like, we're not part of, like we have known the phone was stolen, but we have some licensed trackers whom we know like you can work with and they can be trusted if you talk to them and we get to connect with them, like having their contacts and their details. Because now, if you say licensed trackers, some students don't even know about, I never knew about it. So when you tell me a licensed tracker, me, I know like once I get someone to track my phone, I'll just have to pay money, wait for the phone. When the person is captured, I need the phone. Either they pay back. So when you tell me the terms, someone just gets, and you know that moment when someone is literally in a moment of, I want my phone, I know we can track it. They don't think of that. They just want to be like, can we get someone who can do it? If it's paying money, what money is it paid. If it's a bit on my burden, let it be on my burden, and then I know how it works out.
Okay.
A clarification on that.
Thank you so much for that. I believe where at the standard where we are, we can even get one of our own inside here to pick interest in that. And so that we know at the end of the day, if we have an issue which needs the tracking, we have our own who have a specific address, and it is very easy to approach and access that person. Maybe Madam DOSA, you should encourage that. If we have someone who can come up and pick the interest in that, go gets a license, and it is being innovative. It is being creative, and you create a business for yourself.
Okay.
Yes. Maybe for me, yes, it is a business because you'll be earning. You'll be earning out of it however much you are doing. You are helping in investigations. You are just helping police, but at the end of the day, there is something which you're earning.
I want to bring out this. Let there not be a victim of LGBT and you keep quiet. Please don't die alone. We are there to help you. Everyone can be charged. No one is above the law, and we can help. Freshers, please don't die. Don't die innocently. Don't hang yourself. Don't murder yourself. Do suicide. Please, whenever you feel you're tortured, go to Madame DOSA, confide in her. She will bring the case out, and we should see how to help. Thank you.
Maybe Madame DOSA, there is something important which I forgot to talk about, the issue of drugs.
Yes.
I forgot to talk about that important area of drug abuse. Please kindly, the Advent semester team, this is to warn. This one I'm not going to use any other word. I'm going to use the word warning. Whoever have come and with a mission of recruiting our dear students in drug abuse. Please, if we get you, we shall take you on and you'll be prosecuted for that. And please, my dear students of UCU, don't be convinced to join all those groups of drug abuse. Please, kindly, we have arrested people. I remember, was it in the Easter semester? Yeah. We arrested students, and we arrested, luckily enough, we even arrested the suppliers. So I don't want, this time, when it comes to that, I'm not going to kill any eye for any student who is found in drug abuse. Kindly, that one, we are going to run, and we are going to run battles, and we shall make sure that you go where you're supposed to go before you spoil others. I had forgotten to talk about that.
Yeah, thank you very much. I also need to stress that for those who might already be addicted to any drugs, alcohol, all of that, we actually have counseling services for them. We also have AA meetings for them. They come to us, and we hold regular meetings with them and support them. So there's a huge support system for you. Don't die alone. If you're in it, we can help you. If you're not yet there, don't even try. It's a no-go zone. I want to appreciate our officers. Can you clap for them? How excellent. We actually had 2 OCs today. We had 2 OCs. They have a meeting, and a huge meeting right after this, but they said, no, we need to be part of this so that we can guide our students. I want to thank them so much. I also want to emphasize to you that we have a very good support system as UCU. Our police station, you cannot go there and fail to receive attention. They have helped us with crime fighting. They even, Madam Eseri is a real mother. You see her, she's small and all, but she has mothered big boys and girls. She tries to bring them in and look at ways in which they can be helped. She sits down with students. I've been impressed by the many interactions we've had with her and the students, sometimes parents. She ends up even counseling the parents who come and they're so erratic and all. But she's done an excellent job together with her team. Let us clap for them. I need to emphasize to you that security is important. it's very key. You need, before we think about cameras, before we blame borders and all of these people around, think about yourself. What part are you playing? Why are you leaving your window open, for example? Why don't you lock up? Why don't you keep yourself secure? Be in a group that will help save you and all of that. Let's think about your role in this matter. But thank you so much. And we want to thank our cameraman. Thank you so much. We are seated right in the middle of campus. You can see the green, the serenity. We enjoy this having been facilitated by the coolest Vice Chancellor. And we are grateful to God for him and for the class representatives. I want you guys to clap for yourselves. They came very early in the morning, no breakfast. I think you can see how they are smiling. They had no breakfast, but I want to appreciate them for making the time to be here. And I'm praying that this will be a blessing to so many others who are not here with us. Thank you so much, and may the Lord bless you. Thank you.